Coming up in the news, severe weather disrupting flights in the northern Bahamas. A flood watch remains in effect. A lightning strike creating quite the scare for students at a local school. And a young mother appeals for help for her 2-year-old son. We have the details. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
We did have interruptions into our flights because of the weather in Fort Lauderdale.
A flood watch remains in effect for Bimini, Grand Bahama, and Abaco as severe weather impacted a number of flights. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wicked weather in the northern Bahamas is having an adverse impact, resulting in flights delays and a cancellation. Our Jolanda Thompson-Everest speaks with airline operators on how they are navigating through the severe weather.
It's been a few wet days on the island of Grand Bahama as Met officials issuing flood watches and warnings of severe thunderstorms and heavy showers. The inclement weather also causing delays and disruptions in air services. Heavy showers and thunderstorms over the past few days have disrupted operations of the national flag carrier, Bahamas Air, but not for long. Managing Director Tracy Cooper says that although the airport was closed for a few hours on Wednesday, operations resumed as soon as possible to ensure that clients reach their destination safely.
The weather pocket was in Fort Lauderdale moving down to Miami. And the Fort Lauderdale airport closed around 12:30 yesterday and did not open back up until around 5:30 or so in the afternoon. And so we were adversely affected. But when the airport opened yesterday afternoon, in the evening, Bahamas Air resumed flights and were able to accomplish all of the flight missions for the day.
Cooper says that one flight to Grand Bahama was delayed due to the runway lights being struck by lightning. Vice President of Operations at Western Air, Shirexia Roll, sharing that they are also making adjustments to their flight operations.
They were able to successfully complete all domestic flights yesterday. There were a few minor delays just based on weather and congestion, which was expected. And beyond that, there was one international cancellation that was reaccommodated today. And as we move into the summer months, of course, this type of weather is common. So we certainly suggest that passengers keep their phones close and that they're checking in with their gate or boarding agents to ensure that they are receiving timely updates on their flights.
Now, Bahamas Air will also continue to watch the weather for the safety of their passengers.
The airline definitely will not fly into anything that would adversely affect the aircraft or the passengers.
Cooper and Roll encourages their clients to call their reservations department line for updated information regarding delays and cancellations. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Meantime, the adverse weather conditions producing thunderstorms and lightning resulting in a scary experience for a local school. Lucayan International reporting a strike that caused an early dismissal for some students. Jolanda Thompson-Everest visited the school shortly after and spoke with the principal.
It is the second time that a lightning strike took place at a school on Grand Bahama. As you can see this time, the lightning striking the flagpole and leaving behind this deep hole in the garden. School officials say that they were taken aback by a loud boom, but was thankful that no one was hurt.
This morning, there was a lightning strike during the major storm that was happening. We believe it was the flagpole that attracted the lightning, and it grounded out. And there was a very large bang, and a lot of the children were, could hear it, obviously, but everybody was in the classrooms, everyone was in the offices and the buildings, so no one was out in the storms.
The loud sound shocked everyone at the campus, students in their classrooms wondering what took place, while the administrators are curious from their office. Kirkby explains that during heavy thunderstorms and lightning, the safety protocols at the school is to keep all students inside the classroom. He also adds that the school has a child protection policy in place.
Everyone was safe, no one was hurt, and that's the main part. It's our anniversary this year of 25 years, so we're very pleased that we've been around for that long, and yeah, never had a lightning strike before. Obviously, Dorian didn't really do us very well with the water, but lightning, this is a new one for us.
Kirkby adds that they were flooded with calls from worried parents and guardians.
We have an open door policy, and we want the communication with parents. So as soon as we did have the problem, we assessed what was going on. We assessed everyone in the situation, and then we reached out to the parents to let them know what was happening. And of course, they were calling the school to try and find out, because people will listen and people will hear things and stories from what's been going on. So we want to make sure the true stories out there and they're facts.
Kirkby expresses that as a result of the lightning striking, the administration sent home students from kindergarten and primary school. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, meantime, in a startling incident that occurred today, a crane lift on a job site made contact with an electrical wire, leading to a serious accident. According to reports, the crane's lift made contact with a pole wire. This resulted in an electrical shock that injured an employee who was standing in a nearby puddle at the time. Emergency services were called to the scene, and the injured man was transported to a local hospital for treatment. The current condition of the employee is not known at this time. Police officials are investigating this incident. Switching gears now, over on the island of Abaco, a number of significant projects are aimed at enhancing transport, safety, and living conditions for every community. These projects include upgrading infrastructure such as roads and public transportation systems. Raven Davis reports.
Abaco has a lot of problems. We got to do them one by one, and in every budget, every community will be touched.
Central and South Abaco Member of Parliament, the Honorable John Pinder II, is pushing ahead with infrastructure improvements across that island. He recently shared updates on key projects aimed at enhancing transport and living conditions. A major focus is the ferry at the crossings, the busiest transport hub between Hopetown, Maniwaki, and the mainland.
For any further growth in this area, it is instrumental for not only added parking, but the refurbishment of the public dock nestled on the north side of the two ferry terminals. I look forward to this being completed because it is immense benefit to all Abaconians. It'll be the lifeblood that brings more of that tourism money from the Keys into Marsh Harbor, driving local businesses.
Pinder also addressing the lack of basic infrastructure in older subdivisions, criticizing previous administrations for ignoring these areas where many still live without running water. He says Sweeting's Tract is set for major upgrades.
In this budget, it is allocated for Sweeting's Tract to receive water installation and asphalt paving on the roads. Nearly 30,000 feet of pipe and roads, making this community better.
And bearing more good news, he announced progress on a holistic approach to road improvements. While in the past temporary patches have been made, a long-term solution is now on the horizon.
I've spent the better part of the last 2 years collaborating on a major road works for mainland Abaco. It's a public-private partnership for 56 miles of repaving roads from Sandy Point up to the crossing ferry dock. These roads have needed proper resurfacing for decades, and many lives have been lost.
He says safer roads are coming to Abaco.
The road project will include street signage, settlement signage, cat eyes, pedestrian crossings, proper road markings, and even some sidewalks downtown.
Pinder assures that his plans don't stop there, with more initiatives in the pipeline to benefit every community in his constituency, like upgraded docks and parks to enhance the quality of life for generations to come. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, a young mother is making a heartfelt plea tonight for help after her 2-year-old son has been plagued with seizures. Since January, little Caden Allen has endured nearly weekly hospital visits, with doctors still unable to find the cause. Searching for answers and support, Cassidy Russell is now turning to the public. Jaquan has more.
It's scary, very, very scary. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Meet Cassidy Russell, mother of 2-year-old Caden Elaine, who has been battling severe seizures since the beginning of this year. The ordeal began in the early hours of January 1st, when Cassidy was awakened by the cries of her son.
I lift him up, and he was stiff. We rushed him to the hospital. It took us about for 5 minutes from here to the hospital. He was still having a seizure. When we reached the hospital, he was still having a seizure. Doctors quieted him. They tried to get him out of it. About 2-3 minutes later, he came out of it.
Since that terrifying night, Caden has been in and out of the hospital, suffering from seizures almost weekly. But in late May, the situation took a turn for the worst. Caden experienced multiple seizures in a single day, prompting another emergency hospital visit.
Before the pediatrician came, he ended up having another one. So he had 7 in total in one day.
Cassidy notes that while doctors continue to administer medication to manage the seizures, they remain unable to provide a diagnosis or a long-term solution.
When they up his dosage, he don't have any, and then all of a sudden, there he goes with another one. They have yet to discover what has caused the seizures, and CT, they did CT scans, everything. Nothing.
Cassidy is now appealing to the public for assistance, and she hopes that by sharing Caden's story, someone might come forward with new insights or support that could lead to a breakthrough in his treatment.
I cry every time I see him going in getting a seizure. I cry every time. I don't want to lose my baby. It's hard. It's very hard. And I wish I had the money. I wish I had it to go and do what I have to do for him.
For anyone wanting to donate to baby Caden's journey in fighting these seizures, you can do so by visiting GoFundMe.com and searching his father's name at Stephen Elaine, or you can contact his mother Cassidy at 812-8288. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Today is World Blood Donor Day. Hear what one organization is doing to raise awareness when we come back.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this month, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CD. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Mark it down in your calendar. June 13th, 14th, and 15th, it's Dolly Madison's store-wide Father's Day sale, where everything in the store will be 25% off. No red tag, no exclusions, everything. Store-wide, 25% off, so you can get Dad exactly what he needs. Best price. Dolly Madison's store-wide Father's Day June 13th through 15th. Spend $100 or more now through June 15th, and you could win a 50-inch TV with a theater sound system.
On June 16th, guests are invited to join for Sunday brunch at the Grand Ballroom of the Grand Lucayan Hotel for the Father's Day edition, celebrating all dads. Enjoy an exquisite full buffet and live entertainment. Tickets are on sale now at Lighthouse Point Lobby. Park and Shop is having a Father's Day sale, 25% off men's department, excluding red tags. June 14th and 15th, store hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Enter the Dress Your Dad competition June 3rd through 14th. Let us see how fast you can dress your dad. The competition date is June 22nd. Happy Father's Day from Esquire.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority Andre Rogers Junior National Baseball Championships are set for June 20th to the 23rd on Grand Bahama. Come support the next wave of Bahamian Major League prospects in 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, and 14 and under at Amera Baseball Park. The Grand Bahama Port Authority Andre Rogers Baseball Nationals are back. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Commemorating this year's World Blood Donor Day, City of Life and Grand Bahama Health Services are collaborating to bring the community a blood drive, presenting an opportunity to give back. President of the Blood Donor Society of Grand Bahama, Ladidra Marsh, says the blood drive is an intriguing platform to help the Rand Memorial Hospital and those sending digital blood donation requests.
We are so happy that we are observing World Blood Donor Day, and so this is the time where people can come out and give blood, give of themselves. That's something I call liquid gold. Everyone has it. It doesn't cost anything, just your time and your patience, and we'll be able to get the blood bank at the Ram Memorial Hospital stocked.
Lab manager at Grand Bahama Health Services, Claudia Glinton, says the blood donations are in high demand due to lack of volunteers, as well as the short lifespan of donated blood for patients in need.
People can donate once every 3 months, but we get few people that actually commit to do that. So there is always a need for blood in the blood bank.
Now, the blood drive will be held at the City of Life Entertainment Center this Saturday, June 15th. Destiny International Ministerial Alliance, based out of Victorville, California in the U.S., held the leadership conference and church service on Grand Bahama at the Grand Lucine Hotel Ballroom under the theme Accelerate 2024. Founders and Pastor Bishop Jesse Giddens, who also was the keynote speaker, shared how the partnership with Grand Bahama started.
This is our 5th year. It just birthed and this began through, of course, Hurricane Dorian, when God put on our heart to first come and see about the Grand Bahamas because of the devastation and the just disaster that had happened from that terrible hurricane. And so our missions team from the Dima Fellowship came. We brought supplies, we brought doctors, we brought medicine, we brought food, and we were so just overwhelmed about Albacoa and Freeport and 8 Mile Rock and Pender's Point, about the devastation that had happened, and that had still remained several months after. And so we promised and we vowed that we, to the pastors and the people, that we would always come back, that we would always bring help, we would always bring aid, we would always bring assistance.
Another visiting pastor, Dr. Paul Earl, along with Senator Kirkland Russell, Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, were both in attendance, also sharing on the spiritual covering and connection, as well as a place of fellowship and inspiration that DIMA has impacted on Grand Bahama.
This is our 3rd year now having the conference, and we've been doing coaching with pastors through Zoom, and we do those sessions even though we're living in California. And so coming to the conference, this year our theme is Accelerate. That is moving ministry forward, but at a pace that allows us to accomplish great things for God.
When you go through a storm such as Dorian, it is not a 1-year, 2-year process to truly recover. You know, it could be a 10, 20-year recovery. And for some people, as it relates to mental health, still the need for even physical assistance can linger on. And so they want to come here and be a blessing to the island of Grand Bahama.
Laughter, fun, and community on display at the Urban Renewal of 8 Mile Rock Mother's Day Brunch. Tanya Munro, Center Manager for Urban Renewal 8 Mile Rock, and Senator Kirkland Russell, Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, say that they host luncheons every month for members of the community to socialize.
This is with our coming together does good for the mothers and for the residents of West Grand Bahama, simply because it gives them a time to catch up. It gives us a time to hear what their issues may be. It gives us a time to be able to help in any which way that we can. So the coming together is always great because we do not leave the same. We leave either knowing something new or we leave helping someone in some which way.
We have about 80 some odd mothers here today from throughout the community who we are just honoring. You know, mothers would have made a valuable contribution to the development of this country.
Pleasant Bridgewater serving as the guest speaker for the event. She was more than excited to bring encouraging words to the ladies and share her story.
Opportunity to give the ladies words of encouragement. It was an opportunity to share my experience because in the midst of challenges, we sometimes give up and we see where people commit suicide when they do things that they ordinarily ought not to do.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, tell us what's happening in sports.
Well, Ramiko, coming up in sports, Janaea Russell signing a letter of intent. She's headed to college. Don't go away. Sports is next, right after this break.
Welcome to Bellevue Business Depot, your ultimate destination for all your office and lifestyle needs. From top quality furniture to essential office supplies, copy paper, ink, and school essentials, we've got you covered. Visit our cafe for delicious coffee, Bahamian patties, hot dogs, nachos, and more. Our business center offers copies, emails, scans, prints, business cards, and even assistance with event programs and drawings. Trust our reliable Western Union service for sending money worldwide. Don't forget the balloons for that extra touch of magic for your celebration. Check out our range of printers and electronics for all your tech needs. Visit Bellevue Business Depot today, your one-stop shop for all your needs and more. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bellevue Business Depot, where convenience meets quality.
Big savings and bigger prizes. Enjoy 20% off store-wide, June 10th through 15th at Esquire Freeport. Enter the raffle to win a Balearia cruise, $100 gift baskets, or a tool set. Happy Father's Day from Esquire Men's Store. Unwind every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Prop Club at the Grand Lucaine Hotel. Enjoy tasty food specials on draft beers and house specialty pizzas. The Prop Club, the best place to meet friends and enjoy happy hour.
Hi, this is Sweet Emily.
This is me now, Funky D.
I'm Veronica Bishop.
Talking fool is a very serious thing. Hey, this is Wilfred Solomon. Jumping, dancing. Hey, this is Gino D.
Lose me, let me go. I don't want to be inside no more. Hey y'all, this is your girl Nishi Al-As, a.k.a. Miss Loose Me.
Hi, this is me, KB. Say she promised she gon' marry me. Oh yeah, look y'all, get ready to mash this party up. It's straight and grateful non-stop. It's your boy D-Mac.
I'll go. This is your boy Shaq Gawley from Shaq Gawley and the VIPs. And listen, come go with me.
Come go with me to the best of the best concert weekend.
The best of the best, featuring the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands' best artists.
Come go with me. West where? The Grace Bay Plaza, Turks and Caicos Islands. At the Grace Bay Plaza, TCI.
From June 27th to the 29th.
It's all about Grace Bay Plaza. D-Mark in the building.
Y'all don't want to miss it.
Grab your tickets now.
Grab your tickets now. Grab your tickets. Get your tickets now, because I ain't gonna lie.
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 I ain't gonna lie. I soon reach.
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 I soon reach. I soon reach.
I can reach soon. Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. Well, first in sports, it's all about Janelle Russell. BMES all-around athlete Janelle Russell is headed to USC Sumter this fall on a softball scholarship. The signing took place yesterday in front of friends, family, and supporters.
I'm now part of the Fiance family. There's so many people to thank, and most of you, almost all of you are here. First, I'd like to thank my parents. Words cannot express the support that you have given me over the many years.
Janelle is not always what you call the player, but she was determined to get where she's at today.
You will become role models to our younger kids, to London and to the others.
Our first travel trip, and Janelle did pretty awesome. She's an outstanding player, one of the best. She was our captain.
I know that you are a hard worker, but I know that she is going to continue to work hard, but I just want to let you know congratulations, and the work definitely starts right now. Next in sports, the Sophie Rubens basketball camp starts June 17th at the Pine Ridge Basketball Park from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Well, again, this year, we decided to come to Pine Ridge Community Park. Last year, it was a success out here, and the year before that, it was a success out here. Ready to roll. 2 weeks. It's going to be out here 2 weeks from 8 o'clock in the morning until 12, so we're ready to roll.
And finally in sports, the Freeport Maycock Aquatic Swim Club had a successful showing at the Barracuda Swim Meet.
The result in the last 2 weeks is being very promising. we have some good times. Eventually, some good time from the 11, 12, the youngest one. And we got some seniors who actually improve. So hard the times are difficult to make it before national, but they actually managed to improve some good times, the seniors as well. So that gives us a very good idea where the program is right now.
Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Here's a check on your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Don't go away. Our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
This year, 11 schools go head-to-head in the Battle of the Brains 2024. Witness the excitement as young minds compete in math, physics, chemistry, and biology. Watch this new episode of Battle of the Brains, powered by GB Power. Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Jace Archer of Sunline Baptist Academy, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and congratulations on your graduation. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Amico Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope that you enjoy your weekend. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, the Deputy Prime Minister urges AFREXIM delegates to talk less and do more business to harness more economic prosperity. 2 traffic fatalities in just 2 days. Tune in for the details on what led to the death of a male pedestrian in southwest New Providence. Plus, Centerville Primary, no more, at least not by the name it's long been known. And in sports, Coach Yo looks to rebuild local training camp. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in with us this evening. We begin tonight with a stirring address at the official opening of the Frexum conference at the Bahamas Resort last evening. We turn now to our Devontae Hanna with more details.
A day after Prime Minister Davis made a call for action here at the Afro-Expo.
Davis delivered a speech at the opening of the Africa Export-Import Bank's Investment and Trade Forum and its 31st annual meeting, hoping to reshape the landscape of the global economy.
We face a global financial system that often locks us out, creating inequities perpetuated by the global north. These powerful nations frequently establish one set of rules for themselves and another for the developing states, undermining our progress and prosperity. It is imperative that we call out this behavior and demand an inclusive, fair model for the global financial system.
His words a call to action and a rally and call for unity between Africa and the Caribbean in the face of global challenges.
The Caribbean and Africa must not only be included, but must be at the forefront, actively shaping the contours of global economics.
But what would this shift require? Prime Minister Davis believes a new blueprint that will sync the banking systems of both regions, enhance financial inclusivity, and ultimately speed up economic growth.
Establishing a joint financial task force can be the cornerstone of our blueprint. This collaborative body will enhance expertise of banking and finance leaders, policymakers, and stakeholders from both regions.
Adding to his list of suggestions, aligning regulatory frameworks, promoting financial inclusion and digital banking, creating a bilateral payment system, facilitating trade and investment, but most importantly,
developing human capital, underscoring the belief that our greatest asset is our people. Together, Africa and the Caribbean can embark on this transformative journey driven by unity, innovation, and mutual respect.
True ownership of the destiny of both regions, he told attendees, demands setting its own terms, reflective of its ambitions. The Investment and Trade Forum wraps up at the Bahamas Convention Center Friday night. With Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, this morning, the nearly 4,000 conference delegates from Africa, the region, and right here at home heard a message meant to spark fire across the African and Caribbean diaspora from our Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. Corbin Pfeiffer reports.
A day after Prime Minister Davis made a call for action here at the Afro-Exim Forum, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper followed it up with a direct course of action, telling attendees that it is time for less talk and more business. Deputy Prime Minister did not come with a lengthy speech, but as one of the morning's earliest speakers on this final day, it was clear he came to wake this forum up. His pointed remarks on the shared historic unfair treatment of Africa and the Caribbean is where he chose to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, to build ourselves up, our former colonial masters sold us debt that we could not afford. And for more than 50 years in the Bahamas, we have clawed and crawled our way back to where we are. And we no longer believe we have to play by the rules we did not create.
Tourism, investments, financial services, construction, and other sectors are all thriving and available here. And the Bahamas, he told delegates, is the place to do business.
This is a tremendous amount, and there is a tremendous amount of money to be made and resources to be had for Africa and the Caribbean. And we believe the Bahamas is the linchpin to do just that, as we consider ourselves the gateway to the Caribbean and the Americas.
Afterwards, CPM Cooper, still riding high from his fiery address, spoke to ZNS News about the significance of the moment.
This is a phenomenal forum. Deals are being done. We signed the agreement on the Afro-Caribbean marketplace in Grand Bahama. This is most inspiring to see people who look like us doing real things and working actively between Africa and the Caribbean to make it happen.
The Deputy Prime Minister's very energetic remarks were received well in the room. He says we must not lose a minute and that the time to harness the potential of Africa, the Caribbean, and the Bahamas starts now. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pfeiffer.
Well, Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley also addressing this morning's session of the Afrexim Bank's Trade and Investment Forum. She too believes there are tremendous opportunities for economic prosperity for the region, but adds that financial institutions have a crucial role to play.
And this is the real first time that we've seen substantive activity and trade and investment becoming more and more possible. Why do I start with the financial institutions both in the Caribbean and Africa? Because when the financial institutions go and establish, the companies with whom they have relationships feel more comfortable going into those countries because they know and have the relationships that know that their money at least will be reasonably protected.
We shift our attention now to a story of another kind. Tonight, investigations are ongoing into a lunchtime traffic accident that has left a male pedestrian dead, and police again urging motorists to slow down. It is only the latest tragedy in what has been a deadly week on our streets. Police say shortly afternoon Friday, a man was attempting to cross the busy Carmichael Road corridor when he was struck by a Dodge Ram truck traveling east. The impact sent the man quite a distance, his body eventually ending up near the Jackfish Avenue Street. The victim was pronounced dead on the scene. This latest incident coming just 2 days after 34-year-old Robin Benacourt was struck and killed as she exited a vehicle along Balfour Avenue and Minnie Street. Benacourt, a mother and recent nursing graduate, was pronounced dead soon after. Investigations into both incidents are ongoing. Meantime, 5 people in custody tonight after a woman is murdered around 9 last evening. Police say a group of females arrived at a Vincepen Road residence off Calpen Road and confronted a man and woman inside the home. Now, it's reported that the man pulled out a firearm and fatally shot one of the women. Police later arrested the male resident along with 4 females. The matter's under intense investigation. Still to come, a primary school here in the capital bears a new name. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
It's so radical. New, the Kentucky Pizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. It's so new. It's so radical. Order your pizza sandwich now at kfcnassau.com. It's finger-licking good.
It's gonna be a hot summer. Get ready for the NACAC Athletics 3rd Annual New Life Invitational as the race to Paris continues. Join us on Sunday, June 16th at the original Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium as Team Bahamas and over 170 international track and field athletes from over 18 countries compete for another chance to qualify for the Paris Olympics. Gates open at 5 p.m. Races start at 6 p.m. Don't miss the exciting individual races and relays from world champions and Olympians. Watch the epic showdowns between countries from around the world like Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, the United States, Canada, Liberia, and our very own Team Bahamas as they all battle in one of their last chances to qualify for Paris. Buy your tickets today at nacatparis.com or NACACparis.com. That's the New Life Invitational, Sunday, June 16th. It's gonna be hot. You don't want to miss it.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down. It is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid. Solar power. Major energy reform. That's how we get to lower prices and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing. A new energy era for the Bahamas.
I feel like fathers are so important in all kids' lives. My dad, he was my inspiration growing up. He taught us that hard work and grit. And, you know, it was a little tricky being coach and athlete, but I loved every bit of it. I don't think that I would have had the success I have today if it wasn't for my dad being involved. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the world. Thank you for all that you do for us. We love you. Alive. Believe. Invest.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Sanibel Primary School students will return to a new school in the 2024-2025 academic year, at least in terms of what it's called. The school today renamed in honor of its longtime principal, Judith P. Thompson. Thompson worked in education for over 4 decades, having served as principal for 30 years from 1968 to 1998. On hand for the renaming ceremony, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who commended Thompson for her stellar service.
For over 30 years, Mrs. Judith Pamela Thompson poured her heart and soul into this institution. She devoted her life to nurturing and uplifting our children. Her visionary leadership turned Sanibel Primary School into a standout institution among local public schools. Today, I am proud to be here to bear witness as we honor her passion, selflessness, and steadfast commitment.
Mrs. Thompson unveiling the plaque alongside family members, friends, and some of her staff over the years, and this as she was serenaded by students, teachers, and even her grandson. She recalled a decision she made years ago to pave the once rocky terrain on which the ceremony was held.
But I contacted a gentleman and I asked him to come and see and how much it would cost for us to have this pavement. He told us, and between the school and the PTA, this pavement was put down. Little did I think that happened in about 1970, 72 or thereabout. Little did I think that I would be standing here and I would be thanking the government and all my staff and having the school renamed after me. That was nowhere in my mind.
Well, meantime, nearly 300 young people, that is, have gained technical skills, work experience, and access to employment through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's Fresh Start program, an investment of nearly $800,000.
300 young persons with skills and certifications. 300 young persons who now contribute to a trained Bahamian workforce. That's 300 young people who are educated, equipped, and empowered to be change makers and lead the Bahamas to a brighter tomorrow. That's changing the status quo, Madam Speaker, and that's changing lives.
Similarly, the youth minister highlighted the success of the National Youth Guard program that he says continues to change young people's lives. Now 2 cohorts in. Boleg says just over $1 million has been invested into that program.
This makes a total of 100 National Youth Guards within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas who are now equipped, now than ever before, to aid in our national disaster response efforts. Madam Speaker, a number of these graduates have been recruited by our police and defense forces and the Department of Immigration. This demonstrates that the confidence of the national security agencies in the ability and skills of the National Youth Guards. Disaster response, Madam Speaker, requires all hands on deck, especially our youth and the National Youth Guard.
And speaking of young people, Cleveland Indians primary 6th graders closing out one chapter of their academic journey in preparation for the next. Countless awards handed out this morning during a ceremony at Zion Baptist Church. The 2 top male and female achievers also gifted a year's tuition for their new private school from area MP, the Honorable Miles Larota, who offered up these encouraging words.
And the reality is, you now have to build on that foundation of Cleveland Indians, because now the exams are much more important. And as you go through 7 through 9 and then 10 through 12, you'd realize that your success in those areas determine where you end up in life. And that is not to make you afraid, because you have that foundation. So grade 7 is just another year, but it means that now you're going towards BJCs. So as you go into grade 7, what you do in your exams in grade 7 and grade 8 sets the tone for grade 9.
Acting school principal Avenel Newbold-Smith also had high praise for the students. She says dreamed, believed, and soared.
Many of them will receive awards and recognition for their hard work. Congratulations to all of you that did your very best. Several of you have passed entrance examinations for private schools, including Nassau Christian Schools, St. John's, and Jordan Prince William School.
A similar exercise over on the T.G. Glover Professional Development and Research School campus. Over 80 youngsters there, hearing from alumni as well as members of Lodge Fort Nassau during their award ceremony. Leader Dominic Williams not only rewarded the boys for their participation in a mentorship program, but made a generous contribution to the school.
So like in the past, every year when there is the prize giving or graduation ceremony, we participate. We provide certificates to the boys that would have participated in the program during the year. And what is special about this year is that we were able to make a presentation to T.G. Global School in the amount of $1,000. And this is earmarked for the school to use for initiatives that would benefit young men, particularly the young men that will come behind. And it's really just a pledge showing our commitment to the school and to the program.
We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in Sports for Tonight, Coach Yo set to host a free clinic for young girls. That's ahead in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians.
With the help of our experienced and hard-working team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here, folks, when I turn to party. It's broken, I got me red, so boy, my island.
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Members of the legal community honing their skills on the latest developments in the law during the Bahamas Bar Association's Training Day. Among those addressing the forum, Chief Justice Sir Ian Winder and Attorney General Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder. He indicated that the initiative is important as lawyers need to upgrade their skills to better serve clients.
Taxation being a very important topic. We don't have enough tax lawyers in the country that are trained in tax law. We see we are in the middle of energy reform. And in that energy reform, you need attorneys who have particular knowledge in energy and independent power producers and different aspects of that. And it's important that lawyers keep up to date in the development of the country and the development of the law. So I want to commend the Bar Association for hosting these 2 days of training days. I think the bar membership has taken it up rather enthusiastically.
The two-day training initiative is a collaborative effort between the bar, the bench, and the public service. The legal minds will focus on a number of topics where evolution has taken place and where they need to enhance their expertise.
We are focused on the transition from the Supreme Court rules to the Supreme Court Civil Procedure Rules 2022. That's one of the big areas of focus. We're also exploring new criminal case management rules. That's another cutting-edge element of the practice that we are considering the implementation of. And we are also exploring, and not only exploring, but hearing from members as to how they are adjusting to the new regime.
This is a very amazing opportunity because for young attorneys like myself, we get to sit in and absorb so much information, so much tips from the seniors. We get to develop our relationships with other attorneys and even with the matters, the senior most attorneys like the attorney generals, the justices of the Supreme Court, and they also give us guidance.
A new project underway in the South Beach community celebrating students making small but steady changes in their academic and personal lives. The initiative, I Dare You, launched by the area's MP, Bacchus Roll. And while students in their community are the primary focus, emphasis is also being placed on young men.
It's us telling our young people, I see you, I get it, I understand your progress. This is not a program for those that are the very best academically or socially, but this is a program where we inspire and we want to salute those students who, in our opinion, have shown the greatest change, who have dedicated themselves over the past year to be the better student, to be the better person, to have better deportment, to be better in their attendance from yesterday to today, and then hopefully will carry on to tomorrow.
Some 16 students received awards for their efforts during a recent recognition ceremony.
We have to. This is all a part of nation building.
Our young people are the bedrock. They are indeed the future. We have to continue to allow them to express themselves, to feel confident in themselves. And we're saying that we understand that your metamorphosis is a process. It's nothing that is nothing that is quick. It's not a quick fix, but change happens over a period of time. So we're in a cocoon from a caterpillar, looking to be that beautiful butterfly.
The Bahamas joining in a worldwide celebration of a life-saving gift. West Colleague Sports has the details. The need for blood is critical, and there remains a high demand nationwide. The appeal is made on a regular basis, but how often are we responding to the requests? Locally, a number of residents made it their business to donate blood and to help save lives. Today, some of them were presented with medals and certificates in recognition of their noble gesture.
When you donate blood, potentially in the case of men, you potentially have the opportunity to save 3 lives. In the case of my wife and I, we do this every 2 months. And essentially that means that we're able to affect 4 lives of individuals who may need our help. When you donate blood, there's a benefit to you. It helps you. Because by getting rid of some blood to help somebody else, your body, your bone marrow generates a fresh pint of blood.
This day has served as a critical platform to raise awareness about the importance of blood donation and to acknowledge the selfless individuals who have donated blood. There is a constant demand in the Bahamas as it is worldwide.
There is never a day when there's not numerous requests made of this blood banking service to meet the needs of patients from almost day 1 of life and straight through to the end of life in their 80s and 90s.
The process to donate blood is simple. It is recommended that you eat a good meal before donating. Giving blood takes about 8 to 10 minutes, and during the process, you can be seated comfortably or by simply lying down. After donating blood, you will be given a snack and something to drink.
We also want to attract persons who have never done it before. We want to give you more information about the safety of blood donation and how your blood is used when donated. And we honor you, and please, to the greater and wider community, blood donation is a very safe process, and we encourage you to give more love to the persons in our community who need it.
A supply of blood is in circulation for about 35 days as there is no substitute for blood. Your donation can help keep the national supply at a stable level and available to meet daily demands. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Collix-Forbes. Well, Changes Ministries International doing its part to show fathers how special they are. The church body will on Saturday distribute free breakfast, cash, and giveaways to about 250 fathers. A similar exercise taking place at the church's Abaco campus. Here's Nassau campus pastor Carmen Cornish.
We're going to be giving the fathers gift bags, gift baskets, and we're also going to be giving gift certificates, grocery vouchers, and also gas vouchers. We want to be a blessing to the fathers. We are from that church that believe fathers are making a tremendous impact. If we go back to the book of Genesis, God told Adam to dress it and keep it. And we believe that there are a lot of fathers that are dressing and keeping their families. There are a lot of churches and a lot of people that are placing emphasis on fathers. And so I think the fathers are doing a great job. There's always more that can be done, but we want to celebrate and salute our fathers today.
Well, several pre-Father's Day events will be held tomorrow. Officials at Changes Ministries International doing their part to show fathers how special they are. The Seagrapes Shopping Plaza Church will be giving out free breakfast, as you just heard. Well, it goes without saying that all the attention on fathers this coming Sunday, but ahead of that, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture wants to hear feedback from males on how to more effectively fight crime. A community crime forum to be held tonight at the Evangelistic Center, Blue Hill Road and VZ Street. Administrative Cadet Pastor Henry Higgins feels it's important for men to take a stand in their community.
And I think there are some men who we've been in contact with who want to help with the crime, so they just have to be given the opportunity. Some need resources, some need help, some need a little boost, and so that's what it's all about, trying to give them what they need so they can take a stand in their community. And once we find that, I always believe that once a man takes a stand and a man takes his position in his community and in his home and his family, then we'll see change in our nation.
Well, one of the panelists, head of Uplifting Men's Ministry and Prison Fellowship Bahamas, David Williams. He surveyed many men who admit they grew up without a father. A missing link, he believes, can be attributed to the rise in crime.
In this forum, what we're hoping to accomplish is to share information. This is why we're in the inner city, and we want to use information that we have. We want to learn from each other, and we want to even share strategies, equip individuals with tools, training programs, mentorship programs, which would help persons in these inner cities now. So we don't want just to come into the forum, just talk, just have a panel discussion, and then nothing is done. We want to be able to give people information that they can empower themselves now to go back into their communities to make a difference.
Still to come, our feature story, a student reader's delight. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down, it is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid, solar power, major energy reform. That's how we get to lower prices and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing. A new energy era for the Bahamas.
Shopping means saving when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Mullis Ready Cup Macaroni, 16-ounce, $2.19. Distinction Long Life Milk, assorted 1 liter, $2.72. Vitamalt, assorted 10 to 12-ounce, $1.29. Lamb shoulders, $4.99 per pound. Panama Raw Shrimp, $41.50, 12-ounce, $4.99. Jump in for joy this June with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. These 14s get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Roadworks to bridges to docks. Nearly every family island on tap for an infrastructural upgrade in the upcoming fiscal year. And this includes the long-awaited reconstruction of Eleuthera's Glass Window Bridge. Works and Family Island Affairs Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, pegs the cost of that project at an estimated $60 million.
We are looking at our AMI framework agreement. So in March 20 of this year, a MOU was signed between the Ministry of Works, Family Island Affairs, and AMI Limited. AMI is a United Kingdom leading consulting company that has done work across the globe and undertaken numerous projects around the world. The agreement that we have signed with them includes a glass window bridge, a specific opportunity access to use United Kingdom export finance credit support to finance a new structure. The benefits of this approach to the government are that the delivery of the bridge could be accelerated and finance secured at competitive rates.
Plans also in place to replace Exuma's Staniel Key Bridge.
Following an open tender process, a contract has been signed with SJK, and the project is approximately around $800,000 with a planned construction period of 6 months. And this is due to start in July of 2024. Madam Speaker, the ink is dried, and this is going to be completed around the Christmas holiday or shortly thereafter.
Well, jail time for the 41-year-old New Providence man, the end result of his court appearance on Thursday. According to authorities, Cowpen Road resident Dave Elmore Neely was found with a firearm and weapons while security officers were making a routine security check. Neely was subsequently sentenced to 2.5 years. The sentences are to run concurrently. Well, on a lighter note, it's now time to make a check on Family Island weather. And for that, we go, as always, to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean.
Oh, good evening, Makisha. A very wet day around the capital, and as a matter of fact, throughout the northwest Bahamas, but things have let up a bit here in the capital. We're now under cloudy skies here, and it looks like though the rain's just returned. 76 degrees is our current temperature. Relative humidity at 90%, southwest winds at 8 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,014.3 millibars. That's 29.95 inches. And your temperatures around the islands this evening, this is how things are shaping up. Marshall, Barbacoa, 78 degrees. Grand Toll Key at 81 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands at 77, 84 degrees in Allenstown, Bimini, 84 in Harper Island and Rock Sandy Lutra. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 77 degrees, 82 in Kemp's Base on Andros, Black Point Exuma at 83 degrees, Allenstown, Kid Island, 82, in San Salvador and Rum Key, 83 degrees there, 84s in Clarence, Long Island and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, McWarner at 86, 87 in Acklands, Matthewtown and Iowa, 86, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern parts of our country into Saturday, those winds will remain southwest to west at around 10 to 15 knots, and the wave height 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will occur at 9:07 this evening with another low tide at 9:29 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands tonight through Saturday, southeasterly flow 10 to 15 knots, wave heights at 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. As we take you into Sunday in the northwestern parts of the country, the winds become southeast and they will be increasing 12 to 18 knots, wave heights building 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags will go up for the northwest Bahamas on Sunday. Low tide, that will take place at 10:13 in the morning with the high tide at 4:39 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, southeasterly winds once again at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Yeah, you need to change your ways. What kind of move that you making? That's what the people say. But the way I move my body, make the boys them want to play. The way I jump into the music, I make the boys them say. Emily, you make me go crazy.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama. Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
By the way, it's not NUA. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
This year, we were proud to introduce our theme, Under the Sea, and bring awareness to the importance of sustainable fishing and conservation of our amazing marine resources like lobster, the Nassau grouper, and conch. Moving forward, every Boxing Day, the group will focus on a new cause as aligned with our key brand pillars and engaging an iconic Bahamian musician to create and perform a song to promote that cause.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall, Grand Bahama native and NCAA coach with Ole Miss University. Yolette McPhee-McEwen in town. Coach, you're hosting training camp for prospective members of the women's national basketball team over at the Kinderlizers Gym. She says that the plan is to ultimately reestablish trust and rebuild the program.
I'm really passionate about bringing the Bahamas basketball back to women. And in order to do that, we have to start from somewhere. The somewhere is initially training camp. Putting myself in front of these girls so that they could see that this Division I college coach is making a commitment and believes that we can do it.
Coach Joe adding that she's been pleasantly surprised by the level of talent.
I've actually been very pleased. You know, a lot of these players have played in college. Some haven't, and they've been holding their own and learning a lot. We've been having 2 workouts a day. So they come in at 11 in the morning and work out, the ones that can make it. And then in this afternoon, and they hadn't been late. No quote-unquote Bahamian time here. We start on time with our prayer, and we get going, and I'm just really blessed and grateful to be able to come back. I had to take a break, and I've been beating myself up for it since. I've done it, but it was necessary. But now it's time for me to come back and do this.
Now, in addition to the training camp, Coach Joe will also be hosting a free basketball clinic on Saturday. This is going to be at the Kinderlizers Gym as well. It'll be for 1st through 8th graders.
I want people to come out. It's free. They'll get a T-shirt. I'll be out there sweating with them. Some of the girls. That's the thing. When you hear the women's national team, you not only want to hear basketball. You want to hear service. You want to hear leaders, people. I really want to just blow the whole expectation up and say, hey, this is who Bahamas basketball, senior women's basketball is. And so we have this camp. Please come out and bring your kids. It's going to be a good time for sure.
Well, still with hoops, high school hoops phenom VJ Edgecombe now set to venture into the collegiate ranks this fall. The Bimini native home recently where our Amajal Knowles caught up with him.
Well, he's currently projected as a lottery pick in the 2025 NBA draft. But before then, Bahamian high school basketball superstar VJ Edgecombe has proven himself at the collegiate level. Edgecombe set to take his talents to Waco, Texas this fall as he will suit up for Scott Drew and the Baylor Bears. He recently caught up with the 5-star prospect on beginning this new chapter.
The transition has been great. High school done. I mean, it's sad, but, it's time for the chapter. So high school done. Going in the building is great. Another good play, ready to compete, ready to see what I can do. I really love it.
Edgecombe also spoke about getting acclimated to the new city and program.
It's been great. It's been welcoming. It's been a family since day one. And now we're excited to go back there. I'll be tomorrow, but I'm excited to go back, continue work, continue to work with the team, continue to connect with chemistry. It's exciting. Can't wait to see how far we go.
And we also asked VJ if he had any personal goals for this upcoming season.
That's going to hoop. I mean, that's the main thing for me. I never try to set too many goals for myself. I try to keep it simple, try to have a clear mind, practice and study. I mean, that's the main thing for me.
Edgecombe is a part of a heralded recruiting class that is currently ranked the 7th best in college basketball, according to ESPN. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thanks, Amo. Well, as the summer months get underway, a number of camps will also get started. Young Bahamians will get the opportunity to stay active. Tonight, Charles Fisher taking a look at one avenue available to young hoopers.
Summer is here, and that means lots of traveling and camps. One in particular, the International Basketball Academy Club, a very busy one.
We firstly kick off with the 11th annual Danico Bulls Elite Skills Summer Basketball Camp, which gets underway June 24 to July 19, right there at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. And it's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., of course, from boys and girls from 4 to 19 years old. So that's the first thing, we really excited and get up and ready to go for that. And then, of course, on the tail end of camp, we're set to travel to Orlando once again, just to be able to provide additional exposure, for our young men, mostly. And like I said, it's going to be something that's going to really be impactful for them, that they're looking forward to.
Head coach Danico Bulls saying the traveling gives the young ballers not only lots of exposure to the international play, but foreign coaches.
It's always been helping, of course, here we know in the country, especially in our government school system, in our private school system, there aren't enough games, so these games especially, like I say, is definitely there to bridge that gap for these kids, and to allow them to better themselves.
Those looking to improve their game, IBA Elite is looking for you. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And finally tonight, the New Providence Softball Association holding a candlelight vigil over at the Bankers softball field yesterday evening. They honored Renee Sunshine Davis, who passed away on Wednesday. Davis, a longtime member of the association while playing with the Wildcats softball team, both as a player and as a coach. Dozens braving the inclement weather in support of the larger-than-life personality that she was. And that's it. You look at sports here on this Friday. Of course, our Friday weather is just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
We have more than anyone else. We are the most. We are news leaders, and credibility is the order of the day.
Why don't you come to the most? Only the Sun can cover you better than our new digital product with exclusive stories and entertaining content.
We are the most. Community TV page and radio community announcements. The most viewers and listeners in the country.
We have the most years of the human history recorded. There's no archive like ours.
I came back home to bring you even more news and local programming. We're simply the most, the news ZNS.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Vontae, and welcome back to another episode of The Drop.
2 minutes to airtime. I came back home to make sure you have the most in news and entertainment. We're simply the most.
And I came back home to make sure that you have the most in information, education, entertainment, and inspiration. We're simply the most. The news ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Your one-stop shop for all things news and entertainment.
Bringing you exclusive content from unique talents you can't find anywhere else.
Keeping you updated with the top stories from across the nation.
And entertained with a variety of engaging content.
All in one place.
With one click.
You mean I can get all this in the palm of my hand?
Yes.
On all my favorite devices? Yes. And with unlimited access to all types of different content.
You won't need to look anywhere else.
That's ZNS Digital.
That's ZNS Digital. That's ZNS Digital.
That's ZNS Digital. ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
I don't know, but there's all kinds of cars in the park. You ain't even know where to park?
there's some parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't getting nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Don't park him. Yeah, there's handicap. No, you can't park him. Handicap. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot here. Hey, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. Display parking, bro. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bar big broke, and he got a sticker inside that say this mod though. We gotta move. This is handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, a conveyor belt of tropical moisture being directed towards the northeast across the northwest Bahamas, and undercutting that is a frontal system, a rather weak one, that is pushing its way into the southeast, into the northwest Bahamas, and that will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms tonight right through Saturday, but we promise you we'll get some relief as we head into Sunday, and that's be coming up very shortly. And our satellite picture is showing lots of that moisture. There's another heavy batch on the southwest side of Cuba. That too is being pushed towards the northeast, and some of that will get into our area during the late night and early morning hours as that system continues to trek towards the south and east. Now the forecast for tonight here in the capital, we're looking at cloudy conditions, warm with a couple of late night showers developing, low temperature around 79 degrees, and tomorrow we expect some morning showers still lurking around. It's going to be cloudy for the greater part of the day with a high temperature of 88 degrees, and your extended weather forecast looks like this, the wet stuff with us right through Saturday, but come Sunday we'll get a little break there, and then some showers will return in the early part of next week. Those temperatures, they will remain into the upper 80s.
Well, thanks, Basil. And a historic day for Doris Johnson Senior High after about 14 students became published authors of the book Love Wives. It's a compilation of several short stories written on anthology. On Friday, the students were surprised with a personal copy of the book and were all given the opportunity to in turn and publish their own books at the Through Your Pages bookstore and publishing house during the summer. Educator Lerdenbar and co-owner and publisher of Through the Pages, Beverly Turnquist, on what readers can expect.
They are highlighting love from different perspectives, the different types of love, whether it's families. I think one story talks about, it's a fictionalized version about the dog and the pot cake, how the dog is jealous because, the pot cake dog and the cat, and the dog is having issues with the cat because the cat is new, a stray cat, but it gets elevated to live inside the house, so that creates a problem. So it's just sharing love and positivity in a wholesome way.
That is something that they can add to their resume to help them as they go forward, to receive scholarships, and even to market themselves when it comes to jobs and different things.
Student publishers Javon Dean and Alicia Wolfscombe say they're super excited to have their short stories published.
I am shocked to see it in reality, to say the least. I was shocked. I didn't think that my work would actually culminate into a book, but I'm thankful that I got the opportunity. So I wrote about specifically a mango tree and the relationship between two friends who grew up as the tree grew up, and as their relationship died, so did the tree. My take on the book is I'm just so excited that it's here. Like, writing it, sometimes writing can be, a little bit of a struggle because you have so much ideas. You don't know how to put it into words to put it into a good book. And definitely my teachers helped me with that. So I'm just excited this happened. I'm very happy to see it in person.
And we leave you with footage tonight of our fathers here at the Broadcasting Corporation who were giving a good meal and lots of love by all the females they meet and greet and spend time with 8 hours a day. And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers of the Broadcasting Corporation, and especially to the guy who made me a mom. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to the men of the BCB and to the men of the Bahamas. I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, especially my husband and my son, Jamal.
Happy Father's Day, ZNS men.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to the men of BCB and especially to my own father, Dwayne DeVoe.
Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers across the country. You play such an important role.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers, especially my daddy, Dwayne Dorset.
Hello, I'm Mario Neri. It's never too early to prepare for a hurricane, and we want to make